Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Quantum series. My name is Nobi, and man, have we got a good one here today. It's a match that I'm kind of anticipating, right? Nerve Onyx versus Model One Esports. This one is going to be excellent. I'm here joined by the wonderful Egunner. How are you?
Doing great today, Nobby. Yep, excited for this wonderful game that we're gonna have. We're gonna have the semifinals of the lower bracket here. It's gonna be a real fight.
100%. Yeah. Of course, this being the lower bracket in the playoffs, like honestly, the pressure could not be higher, right? You are of course in a do
Absolutely.
or die situation, but at the same time, you're getting close to that coveted grand final spot, ever closer to that coveted championship spot. So these teams are 100% going to be playing all out. They're going to be playing out their best. I absolutely cannot wait to see it. It's going to be really good, and it's impressive too because keep in mind, both teams that are playing today, both Model One and Nerve Onyx, are teams that are number one seeds coming out of their groups. So, I mean, it's definitely a battle. These teams were obviously clearly the best out of out of their group, and so I'm curious to see exactly how that's going to play out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these are gonna be some big bruisers like coming out against each other, and like you said, it's that final spot. Like they're gonna go home or they're gonna go big or go home right here. They want to get to that grand finals, and we're gonna be like seeing probably some really amazing plays, and you can't count any of these teams out. Both being the number ones, like you said, like it's going to be an awesome game to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely can't wait. And even just, I just want to take a look real quickly at the map pool that we've got going on here, because this one is going to be interesting. It's still a best of three. So today we're looking at Split, Sunset, and Pearl. Of course, Model One is Team A here. So they got that first pick of Split. Nerve Onyx going to be going on defense for that map. Sunset is Nerve's pick. And of course, M1 are going to go ahead and attack. Now, their decider map is Pearl, the one that was recently just changed. So, and we've seen it in this tournament, but of course, Pearl is definitely one of those maps where the changes that were made on it were really significant.
Yeah, especially on that B site. Like, I mean, that's where all the changes were made, but that changes the entire flow of that game. And we've only seen a little bit of it, so it's still really fresh to a lot of players. Still really new, like working their ways around like playing defensive setups, and also like how strong retakes are on B is really solid. Like one thing I noticed with this map pool is just a heavy mid presence. We're going to be seeing a lot of lurk matching, seeing a lot of pressure towards the mid, a lot of splits. Is going to be really exciting to see how each team approaches this, like strategically, and how they want to play their lurkers and really like cash out those lurks.
100%. And here's the thing, I've seen Nerve Onyx play. I really do think that they have a great split. So that's actually kind of scary. Just from coming from my perspective, given that that's Model One's map pick. I mean, that's just gonna be really interesting because I honestly thought Nerve Onyx were really solid in terms of their strategy on that map. They were, they kind of held strong. So I'm really excited to kind of get into this first map and see how things end up playing out. Just kind of given everything that I've seen so far. I mean, do you think you have any sort of predictions going into this as far as like the teams?
I mean, I don't really have too many predictions, but like you said, like Nerve really shows up strong on Split. They've had tons of showings, and when this late in the tournament, you got to know your teams. They've done their scouting. They've watched their opponents. They know how Nerve decides to show on Split. So I'm excited to see if M1 has a little thing, has like little plays up their sleeve. So I wouldn't fully give it to Nerve, but Nerve is feeling comfortable, but M1 is looking to really throw them off their guard. So I would probably lean a little bit towards M1 just to see like how well they execute their strategies that they're planning.
100%. And I think ultimately the win con here is definitely going to be just it's from Nirvonix's perspective, it's definitely going to be their strategy, how well they can kind of coordinate that. I think that was a really strong point, having seen them last time. And also, of course, like really strong players like Lyra, Ender, and Umbra. Those three did incredible. So did Zek. I mean, honestly, all of them did really well. So it's just one of those things where If they can kind of combine that strategy with the great mechanics that I seen last time, I think honestly they are not only a favorite to win this game, but honestly a contender to win the entire thing. But on the other side, of course, Model One. The big thing with them that I've heard specifically is heroics, right? They've had a lot of players who are really good at clutch situations, and that's so important, right? Being able to kind of keep yourself cool, calm, and collected in those circumstances, that's so important.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're gonna come down to is that heroics, and hopefully M1 has set themselves up with lots of strat plays, like set plays to try to give them the edge up so they don't have to rely on that win condition. But we know that when they get pushed up and when the plan kind of falls apart, they're so strong at just bringing any sort of fight back in.
Right.
And we're going to be so excited to see, like, I mean, looking at these comps here, we're going to see a lot more of the veto coming out on split, and both sides going to play for the sky. But we're going to see one thing difference is that Omen and that Astra, like here against also the Waylay, like the aggression from Nerve is going to be like with amount of util on site is going to be insane.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I absolutely can't wait to see how these players and you okay, you were mentioning like kind of utility. Number one, two vetoes, right? We've been seeing a whole lot of that. I do want to mention that really quickly. We've been seeing a whole lot of that in the tournament so far. New agent, the newest agent, and is already such like a powerful force and just kind of how they've been able to stop things. So really interesting. I absolutely can't wait to see how that one ends up going. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to be entertaining. Let's go ahead and get right into the action. Here we go. Nerve Onyx versus Model One. Let's go ahead and get right into it. It looks like starting out here, Model One. Go ahead and try to push up mid here.
That mid control is going to be vital here in split. That how teams play around that. We're going to see how they play it.
Very true. And you can see these players are just kind of trying to play it patiently. We've seen a lot of we've seen Nerve Onyx do a really good job defending this kind of exact play. Coming out from I believe it was Pigpen that they had faced. And so like they did a great job on that. But early on, Hot and Cold finds one, gets instantly traded, and all of a sudden, all these players on M1 converging onto mid, and it's a 4v2 situation now.
Round slows down here in 4v2. Looking, Kirby just trying to reposition, group up with his team, not going to give anything to side of Nerve. And wow, oh no, they're finding a slight buyback into the round.
Yeah, that's
But
honestly a decent chance for them, right?
yeah, the low HP though is not looking happy. Umbra's probably going to get caught out here, but
No
finds
way!
Stu!
The whiff! It's such an unfortunate whiff from Stu, and now all of a sudden 2v2 situation here. Umbra still does not have a whole lot of health. Neither does Ender. Both players just chilling. One found, second one as well. Kirby finds the pick, and Model One find themselves the pistol as well.
Model 1 taking that pistol, and it was looking scary there. We thought we saw Nerve pulling back from that 2 HP scenario, like both players down to literally one bullet to the body. But util was there. They were able to hold that site. Narukami just saving that paranoia and finding that perfect moment to use it. And so, like, what I see here is a lot of teams, like, they're going to be prioritizing this mid control almost every round, but we got to be watching for how Stu decides to play his lurks, cash in his lurks on the A main, and find that space.
Very true. I'm honestly curious to see how that ends up, how much value the lurk ends up getting, right? I feel like it is quite important on this map, just given the fact that I feel like the rotations, especially if if you play it well, the rotations can end up being really effective. But look at the way Nerve Onyx are playing this right now. They've got 3 players bolted up towards mid. They don't necessarily have weapons, but they're just going to start converging. And are they going to get that second kill? Yes. There it goes.
Gun grab for the side of Nerve. Lyra on a Bulldog. Equal man advantage, but guns are still towards the favor of M1.
Yeah, certainly the case, but you never know what can happen. Even equalizing the man count here is good for them. And if, I mean, honestly, if they can get a few more, maybe 1 or 2 off, getting a sneaky kill or something like that, they're going to be at a definitely in a great situation. But Stu finds a kill, and now that
Lyra.
spike is down.
Lyra
Can they
on
do
this lurk,
anything though? It's a
finding
great
Kirby.
shot. What a great shot. And a 3v3 now. Here we go. Umbra trying to do something here. Marshall is there, but now location given. So Stu actually finding 3.
4.
Huge.
Oh my. A buff. Playing it with the buff Spectre. Like, yeah, talk about you abusing that gun now. After the buffs.
Absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane. The pivot from M1 bought them back into that round. They just decided, just give up this trap play. Like, NRV cashing out on that trap play, just holding patient and waiting to take that out. And honestly, M1 thinking might need a tempo change here. Possible shift with their guns and their buy here.
Yeah, definitely the case. And we look at this bonus round coming out here, and now all of a sudden NRV Onyx find themselves in a situation where they have the weapon advantage and the economy advantage. So let's see what ends up happening here. Trailblazer coming out, gonna try to get something in vents, and paint shells come out as well. Isn't really gonna get much value, and it really only knocks hot and cold off for just a little bit. So not really a whole lot.
Nothing really traded here. Just a couple of pieces of util thrown around. That that being down that Trailblazer now is gonna make a little bit of an impact. But I don't believe Stu was seen there on that Trailblazer from Zek.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, and here we go. So now the pivot over to A. This is exactly what I was talking about. Taking map control on this map is so important, because if you don't, you're going to be in situations where the defenders can honestly just kind of sit there and periodically use info util like this. And now all of a sudden they know that there's players over towards A. The entry is going to have to come out, and Hot and Cold finds one off the back of it.
Interceptor getting lots of value, denying that Sky Flash, and finding Psychotics.
Oh my God.
Hot and Cold is hot right now.
Certainly the case. Yeah, Spike is gonna go ahead and go down, and that's 1 kill found. Second one is not there. Hot and Cold now with 3 on the round, looking for more, potentially on for the ace here. Retake in full force right now. Snakebite coming out as well. That's a great shot coming out from Stu to stop Hot and Cold's reign of terror, but is it too little too late?
Left Live has a Marshall, not in the best position here, and Umbra finds him. Beautiful utility on the retake there.
Definitely the case. I mean, look, I will say Hot and Cold did a great job just managing to go in and honestly with not a whole lot of help just get like 3. That's that's impressive.
Yeah, finding the raise on the entry, like, and separating that team. That Interceptor stayed up for so long, denying info and just taking away so much vital util to their take.
Definitely. And if you look towards this round here, the first gun round of the game, definitely an important one to kind of, I guess, get for momentum in terms of both teams.
Yeah, it's not even a full gun round too.
Yeah.
NRV just kind of scrapping their pieces together to counter buy.
100%. And these players are just gonna kind of, a little bit of an awkward situation in terms of their economy, right? If they lose this, they are broke, and they will be broke for the next like 2 rounds. So it's gonna be interesting. A lot hinges on this one here.
All or nothing play right here.
Yeah, definitely the case. And Spam coming out here at this point, they are aware that there's plenty of presence towards A. Paint shells are gonna come out to try to just stop anyone from really getting much. They clear out the site with that blind as well, and now they do have access to A. They should be able to get that plant down more or less for free.
Viper's pit coming out. It's going to make it a little bit more of a difficult retake here, especially with the low guns. But we do have Hot and Cold.
Great
my
shots.
Kirby finding 2.
Oh my, and they all come tumbling down. Hot and Cold, the last one to stand, cannot stand against Kirby. Excellently played there from N1 to get that gun round.
Kirby really taking advantage of that improved gun speed and that combat spin from that ultimate. And might be looking again towards this A. A has been seeming to work out really well for M1, but got a different Viper wall here.
Definitely the
A
case here, and oh wait, oh no, go back to this, no, go back to the sky spray. No, it was so cute. No, man, that is one of my favorite sprays. Come on now, lock me in. Anyway, spraying over towards mid, and that's one big thing that Nerve Onyx has done a lot in their defense that I've seen as far as pattern recognition goes, is heavy mid presence. Spam coming out here on the site. Yes. Kirby finding hot and cold. He's just blind. Not a damn thing he can do. And look to go ahead and get the spike down. Spam comes out and no way, Umbra! A rare whiff. It's so unfortunate, and Ender looking for the kills. Will find one. Liar with another. Spam coming out.
Boy,
and oh my god. Spray transfer.
Absolutely. Kirby, again, showing up with a 4K there, trading out real well into trading out his rays and taking that site. I mean, they recognize, first thing I want to say is like their recognition of how weak that B site is. They conditioned the A site again and again, A site in mid control, and then just catching Ender off was really great play from the side of M1. But really, let's talk about the raid boss here from M1. Kirby sitting on 11-2. Timeout called for Joya.
And you know what? I think that's honestly a well-timed timeout. It's not too far to where the momentum's just like completely lopsided, but at the same time, you're in a situation where you know that you've kind of gotta get the ball rolling in some sort of way, or else you are going to struggle further into the game.
Yeah, needs a little break. Needs to ice the side of M1 just a little bit, just to get the momentum shift. And Nerve might be looking to try to shift their momentum with some aggression, trying to take some like early space, because they've just kind of been playing reactive a little bit.
Yeah, very true. And honestly, I think that's kind of what I'm used to seeing from them, and it's worked out. Like they've been very good at it. But the other thing too, that I do want to note from Onyx that I'm particularly, a little bit afraid of is their slow starts. I generally feel like it'll kind of take a few rounds or really even a half for them to kind of get everything in gear. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, you've got to wonder whether a team like M1 can punish that.
Yeah, I think M1 this is showing kind of how well they've prepared for this map here, playing patiently and taking their map space correctly. Zek having to back up a little bit here, but nothing really given for both sides. We're just sitting patiently, letting the time run out.
Ooh.
Oh, Kirby is still on fire.
100%, literally barely able to even peak at all. Like literally within like a millisecond, he was dead. That's insane. These players are so damn good. It is impressive. Blind is going to come out once again just to get information, and it's honestly that's kind of what we've been seeing in large part over towards this side of the map, and it's kind of resulted in M1 kind of being halted a little bit.
Yeah,
just for not much time, but certainly for a little while. But now all of a sudden, no way, the entry onto the site. Zek falls.
Zek. And post plant comes down and just a regroup, but look at the map. We see Kirby coming for the late post plant flank. Psychotic finding Umbra.
Uh-oh. And here we go. Here comes the retake attempt. It's got to be real difficult now with this 3v5 situation.
Oh.
And, I mean, if Psyonix is going to make it that difficult, then it's virtually impossible. Not sure what to feel about that one, but they've got it in the bag. Here we go. And that timeout seemingly didn't do jack squat.
No, and we're on the eco again from the side of Nerve. Like you said, maybe they might need that half. Maybe they might need that entire half to warm up. But by the time that they take that half to warm up, like M1 is already taking whatever they can take. M1
I
might put
mean,
Nerve into a really tough position here.
the whole thing too. I mean, look at Kirby's KD right now. This guy's 13
13 and
and 2.
2.
We are
This
not serious. That is
guy.
insane. And the crazy part is I feel like a lot of it has to do with positioning more so than just raw mechanics. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong, Kirby has shown excellent mechanics thus far, but I mean a lot of it does have to do with the way that they're positioning themselves and kind of getting themselves into certain spots and kind of just is able to capitalize off of it so quickly. It's
yeah.
been really impressive. So see what has happened here. Ender trying to spam get the kills, but what more can they do with a stinger? Apparently get one onto Alex. And oh, they're in a world of pain right now. Yeah, there's not really much Ender can do at the moment, but at least it's going to stall the plant for just a little bit of time.
Spike planted.
Lyra finding a spray down to Psychotics. 3-on-3 now.
Yeah, Umbra.
Ricker, Umbra.
Oh my, what a shot! But the spam! It's too damn good.
Down to a 2v2, and Umbra has a gun upgrade.
Yeah, but that high-low is so strong. One found from Zach! No way! Top of the spike, looking over, and Stu with a reposition grabs the kill. And that will do it for the round. 6-1 now.
What a close round there from Nerve.
Yeah, so close, but so far at the same time. I mean, we talked about this just a little bit ago about momentum and slow starts. It's getting to the point where it's just, you know, Nerve is making it difficult for themselves to really get themselves back into this game.
Yeah. Nerve, again, on a bite round. Having those light shields, but M1's economy is so strong. They can throw almost a round or two away. We're seeing some aggression from the side of Nerve, like looking to contest a lot of this utility, and there's nothing really to punish it.
Very true. And I mean, the thing is, I feel like it ends up becoming a little bit difficult for Nerve, given the fact that they're like you said earlier, they play super reactive. But when that reactivity kind of becomes a double-edged sword in the sense that, you know, you'll have a team kind of either just bum rushing and that reactivity kind of, you know, isn't fast
really
enough.
help.
Yeah, it doesn't really help. Or they're just trying to debate you like on every site. I mean, like, you know, that's kind of like their two weak points, I feel like.
Yeah.
Great kill from Psyodox on the entry there. And another one from Kirby continuing on the absolute warpath that they've been on this entire time. And now we are already down to what I think it's like a 5v2. Yeah, one more player left. It's going to be Ender, and it's pretty much fully caught by the paranoia Psyotics.
A flawless into the gun round of Nerve.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's a little rough. We want to see Nerve lock in here, and like you said, this was strong map pick for Nerve, like historically for this whole tournament, and M1 has their prep work done. And also, I mean, I wouldn't even say prep work at this point. I just think it's just Kirby raid boss. Stu also
100%,
showing
right? Like
Stu showing so much potential too. Yeah.
100% pure aura emanating off of Kirby apparently.
And the aggression from
Insane.
Nerve switching it up. Ender finding Psychotics.
Wow. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Ender managed to get the kill in two. No way. Ender somehow has survived through all of this, and now the team converging on his location, trying to help as much as possible. The stun comes out, trying to use the stars to their advantage, and the entire team, the entirety of Model 1 knows exactly where he is. And finally, he falls, but the team is ready to trade. Kirby with one, not able to do it. And there we go.
Nerve finding their footing, finally. Just put the pedal to the metal and grab the stinger and just gun them down. Nerve hopefully going to build some confidence from this.
Definitely, and I will say right now, it is impressive how and Onyx is just so able to and ready to just defend their player to like hell and back. I mean, Ender was a sitting duck with virtually no HP. I don't even know how he managed to get 2. Like,
Yeah,
that's insane
I
to
don't
me
even know.
with
Yeah.
a Spectre. But I mean, either way, the entire team just literally went over to mid and was like, you know what? No, you're not killing our player. And that kind of like no one left behind mentality is one of their strong points, honestly.
Yeah. Great re-clearing from the team, but Kirby
Great opening too.
finding his opening. Lyra taking
Lyra
down
does get
Stu
one
though.
too.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Here we go, pulse plant. In effect, hot and cold finding one, looking for more with that stinger. Gonna have to try to get nice and close. Actually, I believe they picked up a different gun, so that might work to his advantage. Certainly has a phantom now. And oh my,
Oh
the
my.
convergent path's getting popped and everyone converging on Model 1's location on the site. And that right there was a little bit of an oversight from them. They just completely were unaware of the fact that convergent paths was available from Lyra, and that worked to their disadvantage. Everyone was on the site and everyone got caught by the ult, and they got punished for it.
Absolutely. That convergence path just secured that, losing only one player. Nerve starting to get a little bit of an economy, starting to get a little bit of a snowball here. Little foothold in this fight right now. And we gotta take a look at these ultimates here. Stu off of the Viper's pit, and we're also off of the Seekers from Sky on the side of M1. So a lot of aggression available for M1 if they can find these ult orbs.
Definitely true. I think the ult economy is something that a lot of these players don't necessarily consider, and honestly, it's kind of one of the hallmarks of a higher level player, right? Something you definitely want to see. Paint shells could potentially get popped here, and they do. So it's going to do a whole lot of damage and 18 health now.
18 health and still living barely, but the heal comes out, so he's sitting pretty. Umbra finding Raze.
Oh,
and
great
Kirby.
shots though.
Nerve is starting to turn up here.
Yeah, 100%. This is exactly what I mentioned, right? You have these moments in the game where you know they're coordinated, they can do it. It's just a matter of them kind of locking in and getting the ball rolling, shall we say.
Yeah. Take a look at Psychotic. Psychotic, they don't know he's there at all,
What
and
a
that
shot,
gets
though.
taken down.
I've got your
And that right there was an
Trailblazers.
oversight from Onyx. Just weren't aware about the mid position. One player found due to the vulnerable, but the refract is out as well. That spike is going to come down.
Pit.
So is the pit. But a counter pit available over here from Onyx as well. Umbra has it ready.
Such a good hit here. Like this angle, Narukami can do so much here, and Nerve is completely unaware.
Oh no. Oh,
The
no.
gun
No
patience!
way! Narukami finding
Oh,
Stu somehow.
And
How
Umbra sitting
in
on
the
what?
world?
What in the world? It's just complete oversight from Nerve to just consider that part of the cubby.
Last round in the half.
And I will say, I mean, yeah, like they had a huge oversight even in mid that round. There's absolutely no world in which Psyotics should be able to to creep all the way up through mid across vents with no one being aware of that possibility. And that honestly was a huge blunder from them.
I mean, absolutely a little bit of a blunder. No strong re-clear towards the mid. They didn't really consider vents at all, and just shows how powerful Nerve is starting to heat up. But still, the little mistakes are really what's gonna come down to what the game is gonna lead to.
100%. And another mid play here. Hot and cold finding one, and now 5v4.
That mid play pressure, pretty scary.
Very, very true. And again, these players just creeping up. They've honestly done a lot of the same things as far as their pattern. And I think a lot of the win condition for this specific map is going to come down to pattern recognition. And how well these teams are able to adapt to what the other is doing. And honestly, I will say Model 1 have seemed a step ahead for most of this entire half. Alex somehow finding a kill through the smoke. That is insane. Narukami as well finding it. And now somehow we are down to a 2v2 situation. It looks like Model 1 have got complete access to the B site.
Yes, Zek pulling out the Seekers, helping them get the info they need to take on this 2v2. And Lyra does have Dash and Saturate available. Using them both to claim that main space, but the bomb's planted open and this post plant is looking rough with Alex's paint shells coming out.
And here we go. It's already half. No way.
What a
That's
shot
from Zek! But it's already halved! No
Oh,
way! Lyra grabs the kill!
What was that flick from Zek?
Yeah, that was a great shot, but Lyra finds the defuse and the kill. And now all of a sudden they honestly salvage what was seeming like a much worse half initially. They managed to get an 8-4, and you know, it is 4 rounds. You know, it's not nothing, but it's
By no
surely
means is
not
that
out of
terrible.
the question. Exactly.
Yeah, it's such a decent position. Better than a 9-3. Way better than that 10-2. That 10-2 is just really devastating. Because it's all going to come down to this pistol here. And we're gonna really see, like, whoever wins this pistol is going to get a lot of momentum into the half.
Definitely the case, and I really do think this pistol is certainly more important than the first one, just because of, like you said, the momentum, right? If Model 1 managed to get themselves up here in this pistol, I think they'll honestly be in a really great position going into the rest of this half. Umbra finds one, though. It's a great entry, but oh my, the classic right click. No way. He gets a second. What in the world is happening? Narukami! Absolutely insane stuff here. And Kirby converging on everyone's position. What in the world?
Narukami lived that.
How has this happened?
Narukami dodging in and out of the smoke, has able to pop a classic reload as Ender just running at him, trying to knife him. What was that play? That was insane from Narukami, and that's the momentum shift we were talking about. Like that alone is devastating. Just losing it to that random right clicks that Narukami's pulling out of the hat.
Insane. I mean, like literally Narukami in the Matrix there in that round. I don't know how he was able to reload, do all that to get one like that, and then proceed to be able to reload with 2 players like literally 2 meters
on
away
his
from him.
tail,
That's insane.
actually, yeah. And Stu's judge is gonna be revealed here. A little scary, but now they know the info. Alex finding one, and that space is securely M1's.
100%. Now all of a sudden, I'm still dumbfounded by that play from last round. That is insane. I don't know how in the world Narukami was able to hold that site like that. And I mean, we talked about momentum and honestly confidence. That is certainly going to build Model 1's confidence going into the rest of this game. And
100%.
yeah, it sets a precedence for sure.
Sets a precedence, and taking down hot and cold, top fragger for Nerve, like that's a really good play for M1. M1 still keeping everyone alive, taking advantage of their bonus here, and Narukami is just on this line.
Still on the line, and there's a hole in the Viper smoke for a reason. Flash doesn't do jack squat, but Narukami certainly is. And everyone tumbles, everyone falls. Model 1 find themselves the anti-eco, and they get themselves to double digits.
That 10-4 is a scary number for the side of Nerve, but still, again, having those 4 rounds on offense gives them a foothold. It's not that 11 or 12, but this is going to come down to this round really, and Nerve has to convert here, otherwise they lose 2 more rounds basically.
Isolate and exterminate.
Definitely, and I think one crucial point that I want to kind of point out for M1 is kind of the way they seem to approach this game as a whole. They kind of have that no care attitude, and it aids to kind of what we said before the game, how a lot of the players kind of relied on heroics in order to kind of have success. I feel like, you know, their play style kind of breeds those kinds of plays, right? I mean, they kind of just don't care about what Nerve Onyx does, and it's given them a whole lot of success.
Whoa!
Psionics seems to be psychotic right now with the mechanics. Incredible job so far, sitting at 7 HP with that spike down. They've got to go ahead and get this retake going right now. Zek with 1, but they know exactly where they are.
Alive.
Satchel onto the site, and the judge is just too good close range. They find themselves at 11.
And this is that nightmare scenario we talked about for Nerve. Having an eco round here, not really what we want to see. And timeout again called from Joya for Nerve. And it's necessary. It's a needed timeout. Nerve need to collect their thoughts and really collect their plays. And what we got to see the set play, whatever Nerve decides to do, like that confidence that they have. But M1 is exuding the same confidence back, just holding sights, and Stu just jumping out of heaven with that judge, just finding 2.
Yeah,
The confidence is for the side of M1 right now, and Nerve just needs to try to channel some of it.
100%. I mean, look, I will say right now, Model 1 has got confidence in spades, and it's showing right now in the server. And it's not to say that Nerve Onyx even seem like they're down and out or anything like that. It's just that Model 1 are completely disrespecting them right now. They don't have that no care attitude, 100%. And that's happening even on defense, which I feel like is certainly more difficult to do than on attack, right? You just kind of, you know, your retakes are just so quick. They're putting themselves into positions that you generally wouldn't expect them in. Like in situations where you'd expect the player to leave a site, nah, they're just going to go ahead and hold it. And that is just so incredibly different from what I feel like you'd see on average. That it's working for them.
Yeah. And Nerve really were looking to get that aggressive on the defense, but haven't really. They just started channeling that in. Now they're looking to try to just find something, anything that any M1 will give them, because Nerve is able to capitalize on it. We know, like, from the level of play their players have shown, give them anything, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, definitely the case. I mean, these players are just so quick on the uptake. They are 100%. And like we talked about playing reactive, I feel like Model 1 has largely played pretty reactive too, just in a different way, like I had said, and it's certainly working out for them. Narukami, no way we're gonna see an NRG Brock cosplay right now. The flash doesn't even get anything. No way! Still gets 1, and it's still spamming.
2, 3,
4. Narukami sitting on B, the angel of death.
That Saturate has nothing against him. Finding the 2 headshots onto Lyra, and then just an immovable wall of bullets that Nerve has to swing into.
Oh
Narukami
my.
making the most of that Odin.
And it's so unfortunate too that flash didn't even catch him. That's so crazy. It's sort of unlucky in that way, right? It went right around the corner, and that's just so unfortunate.
Narukami playing that angle perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, raining hellfire from the back of that site, and they punished Nerve so fast, and that brings them to match point. It is 12-4.
Yeah, and this might be a blunder from the side of M1. Dude, missing his orb.
Oh no, no way!
Who gives a care?
Showstopper as well. It comes out, and Zek is spotted out, and I think had a little bit of damage done to him. Actually, not really a whole lot.
Umbra.
No way. How the hell has Umbra managed to do this? What in the world is going on? 2v3 situation now. They're trying to save it. Stu with 1, looking for more. Has the shorty in hand, trying to get it. Cannot do it. Umbra finds the kill, but is sitting at 21 HP. The last one to stand in between M1 and a map 1 victory.
Somehow salvaging this round, finding the greatest lurk of all time through that mid. But the doors are closing on Umbra. Narukami with the Odin. Absolutely nothing Umbra can do there.
Yeah, I mean that that was a statement game right there from Model One. They showed you exactly why they picked Split, and it was for good reason. And honestly, I don't even really think that Nerve Onyx played particularly bad. It was just that Model One were just seemed to be one step ahead the entire damn time. So, I mean, props to them. They did a
Absolutely.
great job. But I mean,
Yeah,
look,
Nerve
they come out on top.
by no means was, like you said, Nerve just losing their footing, looking like a scared team. By no means, they held the confidence throughout the whole game, but M1 just prepared to take that split fight. Like we talked about, they just had that utter confidence. Kirby just being 15 and like 4 or something by the first half, like just absolutely destroying and feeling confident. But we know Nerve, and Nerve was starting to warm up there at the end. They were like Umbra finding their timings, just not given the amount of time they needed to cook and bring up the pressure. So this next map of Sunset, especially the pick of Nerve, should be looking very different.
Yeah, 100%. Nerve are certainly going to have to dial up the pressure if they want any hope of getting back into this one. I mean, it was great. And I mean, Hot and Cold did a good job. It was negative, but ended 13 and 15, had 4 first bloods on Veto. Very, very impressive. And I mean, but ultimately, the other players, of course, on the side of Model One did great too. Kirby was the top frag
Kirby.
of the entire game, 19 and 8. I mean, we got to see these stats. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so curious to see how that one ends up. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Model One end up closing out 13-4. Like we said, Kirby had a 19
A
and 8
heyday.
KD
Kirby
and a
had a heyday.
300 ACS. You've got to be joking.
3 first bloods also on that Veto. Very impactful kills. Kirby just always finding. I'd love if we could see the multi-kill percentage. Kirby just finding so many multi-frags too. Whenever he
Yeah.
would fight, it 3K, 4K almost every time Kirby popped off. And okay, let's not forget to mention Narukami. Narukami wasn't sitting maybe the highest. Wasn't like Kirby was obviously destroying the lobby on offense. As soon as defense came around, Narukami, talk about that pistol play that we saw again. That was a clip for the ages in the Quantum series.
Yeah.
Narukami
Oh my
dodging in and
God.
out of the smoke, pinned down by 2, 3 players, finding a classic reload, hitting the right clicks while being chased down with knives. It blows my mind.
Holy sugar honey. I mean, like, I'm literally dodging and weaving like Neo from the Matrix. That is insane. Incredible job from Narukami, from Kirby, really from the entirety of Model
Yes.
One. They all
Yeah.
stayed coordinated, they all stayed locked in.
Hmm.
And they played their game 100%. You could tell 100% that they played exactly the way they wanted to play on that map. And you can tell that they're so confident in their strategies coming into it. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
100%.
I absolutely can't wait to see how this ends up continuing on. Of course, Nerve Onyx are, it's do or die for them, right? If they lose this map, they are out of the tournament. They are certainly in a situation where they want to show how resilient they are. But let's see if they can, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to toss it to a short break for a little bit. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Quantum series. Once again, my name is Nobi. I'm joined here by eGunner, the GOAT. Welcome back. That first map was a doozy. It was honestly incredible to see. So many players that did incredibly well. Especially on the side of Model One, they made a statement that game, 100%.
Absolutely, that was a wonderful game to see. M1 really showing that we were a little sketchy at first. We were a little questioning the split map pick against Nerve, who is such a solid team on split consistently. And M1, like we said, the prep work that they did and the confidence that they brought in, Kirby just destroying the lobby and absolutely taking control of that offensive half really set the tone and the pace of the game. But Nerve was still fighting every moment of that game.
100%. Yeah, and that's what kind of gives me hope that they're not completely out of it yet. 100%. I think they still certainly have a lot of opportunities to get back into the series and force it to a map 3, force it to Pearl. There's definitely opportunities here. So I'm going to be excited to kind of see how they navigate this with the pressure on them. I think that's kind of going to be the determining factor in terms of all this stuff. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And we have M1 starting on offense here on Sunset. And that, like, this is Nerve's map pick, and Nerve have a lot of prep work, and they're going to probably start off. I'm expecting to see some aggression from the defense, holding those mains down and locking down their space, just to really set the tone of pace of the game. But Model 1 on offense is a little scary because, like we saw in Split, they really set the precedence of the game from their offensive half.
100%. I mean, like they set the tone, they set the pace, and I think that's ultimately like I really do think that the entire time on Split, Nerve were kind of just fell victim to they were a prisoner to Model One's own pace. They were the ones who dictated it, and so that's kind of one thing that I want to see change coming into Sunset here is I want to see Nerve Onyx kind of have the confidence to dictate their own pace throughout the game. I want to see that happen 100%. And we get into agent select here. I'm seeing a clove potentially for Model One. That is interesting. And maybe a Phoenix. There's no way, Alex. There's absolutely no way.
A Phoenix on here. And the Tejo. We're pulling the Tejo in after the nerfs. And I mean, we've seen. Okay. Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. More of a bounce comp
Interesting.
here. Yep. Um.
Okay. Interesting
Okay.
choice here. So we've
Okay. We're
got
still
two
sticking with the
neons.
clove. We're still sticking with
Yeah,
the clove. And that clove can really. I mean, Narukami like feeling hot after those clips last game. And the pace that Model One can dictate with that clove smokes, the tempo that she allows with the neon, it's a little scary. But
definitely the case.
Nerve
Yeah.
has that KO, that null point to just shut down the speed of neon, of Alex's neon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious. I want to see if anyone can truly clip Narukami's wings here. I called it last time that it was the angel of death. I mean, you've got to wonder whether that is in the cards here. But coming into this pistol round, of course, this is going to be a situation where
Yeah,
Nerve Onyx are one, like I said, they're going to have to set the tone. They're going to have to set the pace
yeah.
here. They're
And
on defense. And so, but you
already
can
got
even see here, there's 3 players, 4 towards mid. This has got to be some sort of set play here to start. This is it.
yeah. And the
They're just
smoke
kind of waiting.
denies it all.
Oh no, it's unfortunate.
But the aggression still, they're looking for the mid space.
Very true. And
I think spotted by Alex, maybe. Kirby catching a timing,
oh no,
finding Umbra, getting
oh
Lyra, and
goodness.
what Kirby's already off to a great start.
Yeah, right. Seems like Kirby's dreamland over here. And
Absolutely,
here
Kirby
we.
just
Oh
finding
god,
the moment and just devouring his opponents.
100%. And now we look to push up towards A. You can see all these players are just kind of trying to play it quiet, trying to force Nerve to ask questions at this point. They're down 2 people, so they've got to kind of spread out a little bit more across the site, but they definitely have an inkling now. One found,
Spike
Ender and
down
Zek.
A.
trying to defend the side as best as they can. And it works out in their favor to some degree at least. Zek with one. Now a 2v1 situation.
Kirby
Recon
up for the
bolt at the
ace.
ready.
To
Yeah,
ace to
Kirby's
make
gonna
this
have to
win.
ace. Uh-oh. And spam coming out as well. Hot and cold finds the kill onto Kirby. And NRVX do exactly what the doctor ordered. They claim the pistol in the first round. Much needed.
Absolutely. Yep, and that's a momentum shift. First pistol, I believe they've won the series.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
is.
gonna,
Yeah.
it's gonna lead to a lot more momentum. They're claiming that momentum for their own, like we were talking about, that pacing. And this is their map. They're ready for it. Even against Kirby, up against Ace, that's kind of a little scary right there. But they're holding their ground, holding that double swing together.
Go, go, go.
And here we go. Very fast take here. Going right on through into market, and Alex finds Ender, and I feel so bad for Ender right now. He cannot do a damn thing over there. That is part of the advantage of playing Neon. And just look at the position. Hot and cold. How have you done it? No way. Kirby finally finding the kill. Stun at the ready though, and it's gonna grab 2 people, but not a single kill.
Kirby, last player standing again, but runs out of bullets, and Umbra's on for the 4K as well. And that's securing their round. I mean, it was a toss-up,
but it was definitely a toss-up. M1 did a great job of kind of keeping it close there. That early play from Alex to just literally slide on over into market, it caught Ender off guard. I mean, he certainly thought that there wouldn't have been enough time, and there 100% was not prepared for it at all, and ended up, you know, he paid for it with his life.
Yeah, and mid-aggression was really good for a tempo switch there, and like you said, it caught them off guard, caught Ender completely off guard, and really swung that momentum around. So M1 still trying to reclaim that tempo dictation. They're trying to write this game for themselves.
Where are you?
Right, but that's difficult when M1 are just so damn good at switching the tempo up, right? Like they will play fast, and then all of a sudden they'll kind of slow it down and be like, you know, of course at that point Nerv is going to be like, okay, wait, hold on a minute, where are they? You know, they might not have as much info as they wanted or whatever. So there's a lot of potential consequences with that style of play, but of course.
Yeah. And the question marks sometimes being thrown out and to see how Nerve react to that.
Right.
How they don't let those gaps be found.
Yeah, it's a real test of their reactivity, 100%. We said they were a reactive team, and they still are by a long shot. But I mean, just how reactive can you be versus a team like this? Stu finds one. Kirby is just chilling over onto A with the lurk, but Alex has landed the shot with the Sheriff all of a sudden here, and these players are in a great position now. Umbra and Lyra, the last ones to stand here, and the spike is planted. Are they even going to go for this? It looks like they are. Stun coming out. That's a great flash.
Great flash. Lyra a little too fast on it, but guns against the Sheriffs, but it's a 5v2. And Kirby is there.
Uh-oh.
Slowly creeping, slowly lurking.
Coming through.
Wait a minute. The wall.
The wall.
Kirby's position here. Okay, I was going to say that could have been
scary,
real
that
dangerous.
wall. No sprays coming out. I don't know. Maybe the stick could have been there.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a dangerous round, 100%. I mean, look, you got to give credit where credit is due, though. I mean, these players on Onyx have been largely unfazed, seemingly, in terms of, I guess, their play style and their mental. You know, given what the score line or the series score line is right now. Of course, you know, M1 are they're up a map, and it is quite literally do or die. This is their elimination game. So and they're really not playing it like that's the case. I mean, they're certainly playing it smart, but you know, I'm not really sensing much fear in them, at least not quite yet.
Much urgency. Yeah. I mean, sitting up in positive, Nerve is feeling confident again. Umbra and Lyra stacking up for this double hold towards mid. Seems to be a classic go-to for Nerve. Oh. So close. Sometimes you see with those X-rays
Okay. Oh,
what
there
could
we
have
go.
been. Good info gained from the side of Nerve. Umbra aware of the two, but tempered and solid. They are just controlling their space and playing disciplined enough to realize what M1's game plan is. And they're rotating back, possibly calling more rotates.
Uh-oh. Oh, well,
Spike
there's a
down.
Going
refrag.
1-for-1.
But it's also info. Yeah, these players are just going to head right over onto B, and they're going to take a whole lot of space right now. The stun comes out there. Alex looking for these kills. That spike goes down. And now things are looking a little bit scary. That's a great kill. The null command is popped. So now, of course, Umbra not quite dead yet. Oh, now it's fully dead. There we go.
Okay, Kirby. Lyra unable to get the refrag onto Kirby, and Kirby's just sitting solid there.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, well, now we're in a situation. It's tied. We're fully tied up here. So I guess from here, the real question going into the rest of this half is are both teams going to keep it close? Is one team going to try to build some momentum here? Obviously, they want to, but the real question is the other team going to allow that to happen?
Yes, it's going to be allowed.
I'm not quite sure the answer yet.
And we're starting off again, slow rounds. We're M1 trying to find where the pressure is trying to just piece together the picture, trying to find their picture, and whatever is given to them, they're gonna take. They're gonna take with their hands full. They're just gonna grab it and yank it from Nerve.
Right. Here we go. Orb collected, and that's info gathered as
refight.
well. Just gonna dip out right away. And look at this
that's
ultimate
the
usage.
info.
100%. The
Tech
eggs
being
that
found out
coming
has
through. Nothing
nothing.
that they can do at all. Psychotics and company converging onto the A site. And now it
Lyra's
is
ult
down.
is gone.
Planted.
Yeah, there's no more ult. It's just literally a sheriff in hand. But apparently that is all that Lyra needs. Kirby and everyone else just coming over. Like we said, it has been Kirby's dreamland this entire series, and it continues to be so. Ender, the last one to stand. Let's see if he can last. See what he can do. Shots coming out, spots out one player. TP comes out as well. It's gonna be faked. They know. Ender with
Finding
one.
Kirby.
No trade. Time ticking down, and is just gonna have to try to catch exits at this point. 100%. Great kill.
Narukami going down.
100%. And just gonna go ahead and try to get this kill. His last one over onto Alex potentially. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Yeah, no. Gonna go ahead and save after that.
And M1 takes the lead on map 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they take the lead here over on the attack side. Arguably, honestly, I mean, what do you think about the favorable side on this map? I would generally say that defense is probably the better side here.
Yeah, defense is obviously defense is a little difficult here. Offense, they have so much more flexibility, and M1 is really abusing that flexibility and forcing Nerve to like you saw. But okay, let's just go ahead and into this play-by-play. Alex is pushing, not giving us time to talk.
Of course, things are going to be difficult if you're just running into everyone's face like that. That is pretty much the second time that that's happened this game. But no way, watch your back, Zek. Alex is right there. And Lyra finds one, looking for more potentially. Shots are coming out, but no one is home. The spike is down on B.
And
That's
what
already
a
down.
what
No,
a
that's
outplay by M1.
Oh no, yeah, they're just gonna try to hurry up over there. And at this point, I mean, I think honestly, a save isn't even a bad idea. You've already wasted a whole lot of time. Lyra though does get one, so maybe this is a little bit more doable. You never know. This is an interesting position from Narukami though. Let's see how well they can defend. Jump shot is there, but Kirby and Narukami, the dynamic duo, sitting back site, ready and waiting for every player to jump out. And they kill everyone. 4-2.
Kirby and Narukami alive. Scary duo to be alive.
Yeah.
Yes. They're
100%.
just absolutely dominating the rounds and holding onto those sites, just unmovable. And
I mean,
like
yeah.
we talked about, the push pull that M1's introducing, they're really abusing that. Alex just pulling everybody of Nerve over to A.
Let's play.
Whoa,
Uh-oh.
Kirby.
Uh-oh, Kirby.
No.
No
Yeah, we did see
classic.
that on broadcast, by the way, Kirby. We did catch that one. Sorry to break it to you. There's 3 players over here towards A right now, and the spike is towards B at the moment. Look at that position. Hot and Cold will fall, and now there's only 1 player more or less left to defend the site, and it's going to be Ender. Just going to have to try to wait here. And I honestly, it's these moments where I'd like to try to see a little bit more attempted map control from Onyx. It's definitely difficult, but I mean, when you're in situations like these where these players are just, they're all pinching you from every direction, there's absolutely nothing you can do unless you're able to push up, get an early pick so that the pinch is either more difficult or just impossible. And now we're going to see a timeout here. Yeah, it's a good time for one.
And we saw that. I mean, we saw Hot and Cold attempting to do it, but just doing it solo, and M1 is prepared. M1's prepared for those solo walk-ups and those timings. Just Stu already aware that push out from B could exist, just finding Hot and Cold. And from this time, I'm really hoping to see from Onyx just that, like you said, that aggression, like taking a main site, but also like leaving maybe that Sentinel utility on that A site, taking the B aggression, and then forcing M1 into like a bad fight on the A or into the Cypher trips, like hopefully like locking it down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the sort of timeout from Onyx where they have to start talking about kind of the long term, right? They're in a 5-2 score right now, right? Like, and obviously it's, it is still anyone's game by a long shot. But similar to the last game, they want to make sure that they're setting themselves up for success, not just in one round though. You don't just want to come up with one set play to get a one round on the board. You want to try to fix whatever fundamental error is causing you to lose these rounds, and ultimately that's a super important thing. So they've got to hope that that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely. And from this, like we saw, there's the aggression on the B, the double hold, finding Stu. And that's a pivot into the 2 towards A. The call is placed, but Kirby.
Oh my! Great shot from Kirby there, and it's already now, literally within a few seconds, Model 1 find themselves up in numbers here and access to the A site. They go ahead and get that spike down, and now time pressure moving in, kind of moving in favor of M1 here. Spam coming out as well towards back site. Neon running
Lyra
up, and Lyra
Alex.
finds that kill. It's a great one. Kirby looking for it. And now a 1v1 situation.
Wow.
Narukami's got the goods once more.
The angel's still flying.
Yep.
The
There goes
wings
another
haven't been
one.
clipped yet.
There goes another one, right?
Yeah, exactly. And well, we just talked about it. From that timeout, we saw that B aggression, holding out Stu, finding that pick, and they were prepared. Nerve was prepared. But the one thing they weren't prepared for was the Kirby factor. Kirby just walking up solo, taking down both Hot and Cold and Zek. It was just putting a big hole in that plan.
And here we go, early mid fight here. Lyra with a great pick, and that's gonna cause the ult to come out. Nightfall. And there's just pretty much gonna be fully marked Decade, and they're just gonna more or less allow the ult to expire here. Market door does get broken, but they come out of it, with a decent advantage here. They got their pick, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. It's what I mentioned earlier. Those early fights, really going for those first bloods early on is going to be instrumental in winning these rounds here. And so now all of a sudden, Model 1 are in a situation.
All
no
three
way.
were
Oh no, yeah, they're just gonna have to go
trying to hide away.
100%. And Bucky gets one. Doesn't get the second though. That's still good though. They maintain the advantage. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Kirby's
still
TPing
1 HP.
on top of the box, and they have got to be aware of this possibility here. You may see a peek. The 10's play coming out, but Umbra's ready for it. One pick found, second one not there. Now Urkami is not dead yet though. Stu versus Umbra, who's got barely any health at all. Does pick up the rifle, could potentially see a spam. Top of the spike is there. Spam through the box once more, and another tap here. Orb comes up, and it goes right back down. To get the info. Stu ready for the peak. Absolutely ready for it. And a third on the round collected. It's gonna push Model 1 even further towards winning their game, claiming the series 2-0. They're continuing on. They've got to stop the bleeding here.
Yeah, like you said, the bleeding needs to be stopped here. And what to do except for try to get those early picks, but then also you just cannot lose to that Kirby factor. You can't. You got to be aware that this man has been putting so much pressure on A every round. Oh, missing
Kirby,
that dart.
I think Kirby's most difficult battle of this whole game has been against that dart.
It has.
Found. The second one is not there either. But Ender defending this side as best as possible and barely just tries to get away with the TP. Isn't quite able to do it. Cage is triggered. Hot and cold is alive here. How in the world has he gotten away? What in the world?
Spike is down in the open too. Alex
I got Spike.
with the fast lane, able to try to salvage it.
Trying to get something. Hunter Fury coming out here. Top of the spike as well. Trying to get these kills, but absolutely nothing. Not a damn thing that Alex can do.
No.
Caught by the Hunter's Fury. Caught by Hot and Cold. Who, by the way, did a great job holding down that site along with Ender.
Yeah, finding his timing and really taking advantage of it. Using his cages to escape, and Hot and Cold dicing in and out. The bleeding is temporarily stalled, and we will see if that can be hacked down and patched up by the side of NRV once they get this going off of that round. It's a good round though, just kick things off to switch that tempo.
Definitely, and
Hi, I'm pissed.
curious to see exactly how. Wait a minute.
Alex.
Oh, another ult
Just
coming. I feel like I've seen so many neon ults here over the past few rounds, and literally Ender. Wait, no, that wasn't even Ender. Who was that? That was literally just sitting in main. Lyra. What in the world? There's no way. That spike comes down and it's just finger blasting the CT spawn. Is gonna go ahead. I mean, this retake is gonna prove to be very, very difficult right now. Refrag is virtually instant. Zek with another though, and is gonna have to do a lot more. 1v2 situation. But if there was anyone to do it, it certainly can be Zek. We know what he's capable of. You can see him. He's locked in on the camera. Focus, dialed in. Delay is there. The jump spot as well. Snakebite at the ready. He's gonna be caught in the vulnerable. Time ticking away. Shock dart as well. No more time whatsoever. And is just gonna have to go ahead and save the gun. I don't even know if he's gonna be able to quite get away. It just barely does.
Just barely gets away there.
Before the switch.
Making things a little bit more dicey, trying to getting those kills for his team, but 8-3 now on the first half of this map. NRV is up against the wall. This is looking like 100%. A repeat. This is looking a little scary. This is giving some PTSD for NRV after last map, but NRV still have this round to bring back and get that 8-4 again.
Right, and ultimately this one's kind of necessary in a few ways, right? I feel like, you know, if they manage to get themselves into a situation where it's a 9-3, things just get so much more difficult. And Kirby taking a beautiful timing, finding the kill with the Tour de Force onto Umbra. And Lyra's just going to dip right out of there. Stu with another one. And Ender's just going to sit here over with the Bucky over towards B. Will Stu be aware? Looks like he is. 100%.
Wow.
And it's only Zek to stand once more. 1v5. exponentially more difficult than last
Everything
round.
goes down across the whole map. M1 just systematically clearing out all of Onyx. Kirby, like, he just holds that line and is just unafraid of what Nerf could do to him.
Very, very true. And there it goes. A flawless round to end the half for Model 1. And they certainly are the model for good Valorant so far. They have done an excellent job. And we get into the pistol round of the second half. And I mean, I've got to think, Gunner, like if Model 1 managed to win here, it is going to be honestly really, really difficult for NRV Onyx to get back into this one, bar like a Fnatic level comeback.
Absolutely, and this is 9-3. We've seen these 9-3 curses comebacks. It's there, it's available, and maybe that's what NRV needs, is just that 9-3, the little superstition there to bring them back. But NRV has the tempo now that they can set for B, but this is looking like it's going to be a brawl, an absolute bloodbath on B main.
Oh yeah. This one's going to be exciting to see. Let's see what we got here. Early stun, early util all over the place. No, Rakami finds one. Refrag is there. There's two other players ready and waiting. But Psychotic is ready for it too. The trade is there. Shots coming out. Ender trying to play it as patiently as possible. And is going to TP away, but he doesn't have the spike. It drops over in main. They've got to get it.
Take a look at hot and
look
cold.
At hot and cold. Yeah. Look at their position here. Shots coming out, and Alex finds the kill, and surely they're at least aware of the possibility of this mid lurk here. They go ahead and peek, find the player, and there it goes. Model 1 win the pistol, they win the brawl, and they get themselves to double digits. 3 rounds away from continuing on.
And very difficult from the side of NRV Onyx. Getting down 10-3. It's hard. They're set on the 8-4 and they brought it back a little bit, but now it's just looking really tough. Take a look at the kill. Take a look at the kill board. Kirby's sitting 20-7, just completely outshining his performance last match.
Yeah, I mean, Kirby has just been the difference maker here in this entire series, in utility usage, in kills, in so many different ways, and it's been so impressive to see. Even on an agent like Chamber that, I mean, I was talking about util. I'm more mean last game because, I mean, he is playing Chamber. But
yeah,
still,
yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Still insane. He plays coming out from Kirby, and Kirby's just such a patient player, committing to 100%. The line that he's going to hold.
Psychotics with the forehead, trying to lock in an aim. And an early shot coming out there. Narukami, rare whiff there. Has the Marshall in hand. Deals a decent amount of damage with it. We could still, yeah, the entry is still in there. Psychotics still on the site, though. There's a player that's hidden in the depths. Are they going to get it? Oh my, what a shot from Ender. The flick of the wrist with the stinger of all guns. That is exactly what the doctor ordered there, but the rifle is obtained. Ender still continuing on, has virtually no health to work with at all. And somehow NRV Onyx have turned this around. 2v3 situation now. Stu.
And Kirby, the raid boss.
100%. They've
NRV Onyx
done here.
finding Stu. 3v1. Kirby has to try to make something happen, but finds Cotton Cold.
Oh no.
1 HP. Ender sitting on 1 HP. Bomb is not quite planted for the side of NRV.
Definitely not. Tap of the spike is there. They're gonna have to get it done. They cannot. Zek finds the kill. And NRV Onyx gain themselves a potential lifeline here in this second half. They find the anti-eco off the back of an excellent play, excellent Omen play overall from Ender.
Absolutely. Ender finding the gaps and finding 2 people with that stinger. Beautiful spray control from him. And this is a time to show up for this play, to get their buyback in, because the economy is not quite swayed, and now they're ahead on their economy. Sitting with rifles versus the sheriff buy from M1.
Oh,
But
what a shot.
Naru
Gets
Kami.
caught out, but they got caught out. Oh my.
Last
Umbra
player
is there to
standing.
trade and force. Hot and Cold putting down Kirby. And Nerve locking down their buy.
And Stu's gonna have to try to do something. That's a good shot onto Ender. So that's one gun like fallen. I don't really think he's gonna be able to reclaim it, honestly. But yeah, Hot and Cold.
Hot
You
and
better
Cold
watch your
there.
back, Stu. Hot and Cold has been honestly so good on just the lurk timing there. We saw it on the pistol. We saw it, you know, in this round too. It's just been, I mean, he's certainly been able to kind of get up in places where probably shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Abusing the cages and abusing the chamber pick from the side of M1 to find the gaps that he's given. And it's just a little bit easier for him to dodge around that util. They
Definitely
gotta
the case.
abuse that. They have to abuse that space that's given to them. But getting a little aggressive on the extremities from the side of M1. Kirby on the operator pick.
Here we go. It's a great
And
shot from Kirby. I
finds
mean, he's
up for
just so damn good. Gets
Getting
away.
bullet punched and finding the headshot.
How? I mean, it gets away scot-free virtually with the op. I mean, not scot-free. I mean, it's at
6
6 HP, but still, like, getting away with his life.
And a kill to add to boot.
Honestly, insane. And now things have certainly slowed down, and pace once again kind of dictated here. By Model 1, they're so explosive in the beginning of these rounds that they end up dictating the pace even on their defense. It's insane. But now NRVX kind of start to explore different parts of the map, look to try to get themselves some decent info here. Stu just sitting in the smoke. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Hot and Cold passing through. And we honestly, I'm not sure if either of these players are going to see each other at all. They don't.
But
And
Stu is ready for it.
Yeah, he gets the advantage. And the plant will come down. Great shot from Kirby, who is still sitting on this site.
Going for another.
Enemy remaining.
Finds
my.
Zek, the operator, 6 HP in a dream. The dream is coming to reality. Kirby gets knocked down by Ender.
100%. Yeah, Ender's the one with a dream right now. And that dream
Gun here.
has been absolutely shattered by the likes of M1 right now. They find themselves at 11. Operator recovered as
I'm out,
well.
thanks.
They go ahead and grab that defuse.
Spike's dead. You're welcome.
Again, that was a very pivotal round, and Kirby surviving, well, the operator surviving on Kirby. Kirby finding his 3, has Tour de Force again online. I believe this is the first one of the half. And again, let's take a look at this ult economy again. It's a lot of ults coming into the side of M1, but Nerve do have a lot to work with initially. Hopefully being able to get Hot and Cold's Cypher ult online to get a little bit of info and put the picture together.
And here we go. So now we're looking at a little bit more of a weird spread in this round from Onyx. Look at this kind of defaulty look here. These players, I mean, I say that and they all kind of more or less rotate over towards the A site, but there was definitely initial presence over towards mid and util usage over towards mid. Stu definitely hearing the noise though. The null command is going to get popped as well. He's just going to have to either back off or try to defend with his team. It looks like he's just going to go and defend. And defend
Stu.
he does. Stu gets that kill onto Lyra, looking for more. The molly comes out, gets a second before falling. The neural theft will get popped as well. Kirby sitting here with the Tour de Force picks up the rifle too.
Now equipped to deal with any scenario. It's post-plant, really first post-plant that we've seen Nerve get into. But Psychotics is just aware. Clearing his angle. Zek, this is looking really frightening. Nerve, Zek 1 HP.
Last player
Yeah,
standing.
2v3 situation, and it is all down to Ender. Has to get it done and cannot. Psychotics lands the last kill, and Kirby grabs the defuse. You can see Psychotics not happy, or it is happy rather. You can see Psychotics
Maybe not happy
is
with
happy.
maybe not happy
Match
with his
point.
no performance, but he's still putting in the work to
we don't
support his
talk about it.
team.
No, we don't talk about it
We don't
at
talk
all.
about it. But hey, it doesn't really matter. The performance is really how your team is really utilizing, like utilizing your performance and really making the most of it. But Kirby, again, talk about Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, look, 24 and 10 on the chamber here, and now all of a sudden, Nerve Onyx, an interesting timeout actually from them. They look to pop that timeout on match point.
Yeah, it's a little delayed. But it comes down to this round. It's pistols versus, or what's the economy of? It's not even really that much.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't have a whole lot to work with here.
Yeah, set play being called by Joya, hopefully to 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 capitalize on what we were talking about, those tendencies of Nerve. Any tendencies that you've been spotting that you think that, like, or any tendencies you can be spotting on M1 that you think Nerve could capitalize.
I mean, I really do think that the big pain point here for Nerve has just been their ability to get first bloods. I think that is the most important thing that they've been missing really this entire time on either side. I think M1 is just has such a good ability to either get a first blood or get themselves in a situation where they're able to trade so effectively. And look at these players! Everyone's just converging. And that is going to do it. Model 1 end things just as fast seemingly as they began. Nerve Onyx knocked out of the tournament, and Model 1 continue on into the lower finals. They did an excellent job throughout that series, and honestly, the scoreline wise, it really was not close. They showed them why they were ultimately the better team.
Model 1 just, we came into this, we knew Nerve has the capability, the strong players that they really want to capitalize on, but unfortunately they just never got the foothold. And every time, like you said, that first blood, love to see those first bloods for either team, but that first blood percentage for M1 was significantly higher.
Yeah,
And
I
just
mean,
capitalizing off of it.
100%. I mean, they were able to get so much value for that. Alex had 5 first bloods on the Neon there. And I mean, look, it was a situation where even if they didn't necessarily get a first blood, they were so good at trading that it really didn't matter. They ended up most of the time ending up on a man advantage situation. So they did a really great job in that front. I honestly think that was what won them the game. It really wasn't even down to many of the hero plays. They were just really coordinated. They were dialed in the whole time, and it worked out in their favor.
It just worked out real well. And yeah, like you talked about, it's like not really a lot of hero plays that we had to see them put into. And honestly, the hero play, well, okay, I will actually correct myself. We did see some crazy hero plays though on Split.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
I was
Yeah,
about to say
not
we
that there
did
was any
see, yeah,
shortage of that.
there was no shortage of that. And then talk about, it was a strength for them, and it actually really kept them in and kept the momentum going. But the one-on-one face checking and confidence that they had when they executed on the site, and just also the confidence exuded from Alex that last map, of just his confidence popping that neon ult, running it down A main, created so much pressure. Or like just finally running in mid and getting a trade, getting a kill, just was tempo, was just destructive for the side of Nerve.
Yeah. Yeah, and you'd be surprised at like how much these hero plays can boost your confidence. And you'd be surprised at just how much confidence can influence the outcome of a series, right? It's insane. So I mean, look, this entire series has just been really I think a story um of kind of just disrespect in a way, right? Like and it wasn't like BM disrespect. It was just disrespect in the sense of I don't care the way you guys are, like literally like we're going to play how we want to play and you are not going to influence that in any way, shape, or
Absolutely.
form. And
Yeah,
that's
yes.
exactly, they literally M1 had so much success in that department. So I mean, yeah, you've got to commend them for that.
100%, 100% commendable for M1 and just making the most of it. They're going and they're advancing from the lower semis to this lower bracket, and what we're going to see next on tonight is that upper semis final of the upper bracket, and these are the teams that have been going at it and haven't lost a single match. Really undefeated teams going at it and competing for that coveted place in the grand finals. And the loser of that game is going to be playing against this M1 squad that we've seen already tonight, just being dominant in this later stage of the tournament. It's going to be really a banger to watch. When we're going to be streaming that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if it's tonight or not. Hold on, let's it is tonight. Okay, so it is tonight. So yeah, that is coming up tonight. We'll obviously have the results of that. So by tomorrow, you will know exactly who will be kind of where as far as the bracket goes. So that's gonna be super exciting. I want to take a look one more time at the stat line. Just because again, these players have been like look at M1 right here, right? Like Kirby
Yeah,
24 and 10 on chamber with a 361 ACS. That is so impressive to get. That's like a ranked ACS. That's like literally you pop
just
off in rank. That's
popping
the
in.
kind of
Yeah,
ACS you would see.
yeah. And
So I
I mean,
mean,
this is so much better of a performance from Kirby. Like seeing like a 61 improvement on that ACS, going from 300 to 361, and just destroying it. I mean, two first kills on him. Not really as much as he did with the veto, but like if we could see everyone else's first kills. The first kills from the side of M1 was just insane. And we also got to respect Alex there below him, 18 and 13 with the 301 combat score, just utterly dominant.
yeah, no, 100%. And dominance was certainly the story of this series. Of course, Nerve Onyx, commiserations to them. They did do a great job. They did a great job. They had a great run in the tournament overall.
Absolutely
So
great run from
heartbreaking
Nerve.
to see them fall here to the team to M1 in the fashion that they did. But I mean, they of course have plenty of opportunities to bounce back. We can't wait to see more of them in the future. But I mean, we've got more action here today. I was just the first match of the day. We do have a second. It's going to be 12-hour shifters versus Pigpen. That one is going to be great. I've seen both teams play. That's going to be a doozy. I absolutely can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't
Yeah,
go anywhere. I'm going to take a little bit of a longer break just to get all the teams in here properly, but sit tight, stay
stay
patient. We will
tuned.
be back soon. We'll see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we do have a competitive update here. Looks like the upcoming match between 12-hour shifters and Pigpen is no longer happening. Pigpen is going to forfeit the match due to time mismanagement. So they unfortunately are not going to play this match. They will lose the game. This is the upper bracket, so they are not out of the tournament, but they will be dropped down. So that means that 12-hour shifters will automatically, as a result of a forfeit, make it to the grand finals. And that also means the next match we will have Model 1 Esports versus Pigpen to determine who gets to the grand finals and who will lift the trophy for the Quantum Series. So interesting. It's going to be interesting kind of coming up as far as the matches. It's unfortunate that we unfortunately had an FF just now, but it's, I mean, hey, it's the way of the road, it happens sometimes. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for being there as part of the action. The previous match was honestly so entertaining despite the scoreline. It was incredible. So thank you all just for being there. Thank you to eGunner for being there as well as my co-caster. You did a great job. Thank you to the production.
Absolutely.
It was incredible. So thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys are the real MVPs here, and we will catch you soon for the lower finals between Model 1 Esports and Pigpen. This is Nobi signing off.